Now, how about them damn Celtics?
And we are back with another How About Them Celtics video. Sam and I are here recording Friday, February 7th, talking some more about Torrey Craig because we didn't really get a chance to properly talk about Torrey Craig the other night because the news dropped in the middle of the game. We were both at the Garden and the Wi-Fi didn't allow us to actually look at film or look at anything. Not that there's much Torrey Craig film to look at. But yeah, Torrey Craig, that's the topic.
He's here. He's going to be number 12. He's going to be a backup rotation wing. I wouldn't get your hopes up too much for what he's going to do for the team. But it is important that they got another body because Hauser has been inconsistent with his health this year. It also takes pressure off him to try and be out there if he's not quite ready to go, especially over these last 2 months of the season. It'll be fun to have a new face in town. Noah said it to us in the press conference. It's nice to have a new person because it's just something new to watch for.
Yeah, definitely. Our guy Timmy has already posted a Torrey Craig highlight video.
Yes.
So we can watch some Torrey Craig highlights from this year, his time with the Bulls, even though he's only played a few games. It's only 4 minutes. That should tell you how much he's played this year. But here's the Torrey Craig highlight reel. I won't play the audio just in case, but we'll probably get clapped anyways. Tough finish inside. Big rebound highlight for Torrey Craig. What's his wingspan? It does look like he has a very long wingspan. Let me see.
He's got it. He's 6'4", and he's like notorious for being a versatile defender.
He's 6'7".
Who told me he was 6'4"?
I don't know, but they lied to you.
That liar.
Yeah, he's listed as 6'7". I don't know his wingspan though. It doesn't say.
I mean, there's also something to this where being a member of the Celtics, he is going to get better quality shots than he will as a member of the Bulls. He'll probably get, if he's out on the floor, he'll get more open looks from three, more comfortable chances to shoot the ball. I mean, we said this last year when Tillman came and we were like, well, he only shoots this percentage from three, but on the Celtics, he's going to get more clean looks and it's going to be easier for him, which was semi-true last year. He was better before the summer came along.
He gets plenty of open looks this year. He just doesn't take them.
Yeah, now he just doesn't even take them. But watching Torrey Craig on the highlights make open threes, like, this is good. This is a good audition tape. This is, hey, I can do the exact thing you're going to ask me to do on offense. That's all they need. We don't even need to see him trying to finish through traffic. Just be ready to catch and fire it up, Torrey.
He better be ready to catch and fire. I'm trying to find his wingspan, but I can't find it.
the impossible journey.
So NBA.com lists him at 6'5". Basketball Reference has him at 6'7", so he's probably somewhere in between.
Probably
for his height. Yeah.
It's a nice quick decision pass and transition that we just saw. That could be fun.
I have no idea.
Shot does take a little bit to wind up and everything. It's one thing to note. It's not exactly a quick catch and shoot like Hauser. No, he doesn't really do the no dip.
Yeah. Listen, like I said during our first initial reaction video, I don't think Torrey Craig's going to play a lot in the playoffs, if at all, in the playoffs. I think he'll give the Celtics some solid regular season minutes. I think he'll be able to soak up some playing time from Tatum and Jalen a little bit, and I think that's all that really matters.
That'll be good too. That's a good point. Where, I mean, over the last week, I feel like we've seen Tatum and Brown play a ton of minutes, especially Tatum. Like, I think he's 40 plus in at least 2 of the games. They could use a little bit more relief off the bench. This is not to say that you should be running a ton of lineups that don't include either of them. But if this is another body that enables them to maybe have a night off or cut 5 minutes off of their workload on an easy night, which I guess an easy night should not be taken for granted from what we keep seeing over and over again. I'm all for it. I said it, say it again. I think this was the most important upgrade. Or not even upgrade, just to reinforce this position off the bench is an important thing for the Celtics as they try and get ready for hopefully another deep playoff run.
Yeah, I'm liking what you're seeing from Craig here too. Looks pretty good.
He just looks like he will fit when the Celtics are like, hey, can you stand there and be ready and make good decisions when you actually have the ball in your hands? It's also like worth noting that with Chicago, he hasn't been able to be in a lot of tense, meaningful basketball situations. He was a member of the Suns and Bucks in the season that they both made the finals.
That was fun. Look at that block. I like
O'Shea,
that. Bang. See you later. I like what I see. The release looks better than what I thought it was too. I know you mentioned it looks slow. I think it looks a little quicker than I thought originally as well.
I mean, he's worked to become a better shooter. Like, he has been consistently good over the last couple seasons. I saw Bobby Manning put the stat out today, just under 40% from three with Chicago for his entire tenure. I think his last year as a Sun. So he's been consistent, even though he hasn't been on the floor for a ton of games in that
Yeah,
span.
he's playing good defense too. He shot 39.9% with Chicago these last 2 years. In his last year with the Suns, where he played 79 games, he shot 39.5%. So he's been a good shooter. Like I said, I struggle to see the world where he ends up playing real minutes in the playoffs and everything like that. Maybe it gets there because we haven't really seen Joe Mazzulla with like a buyout player. Like, did they sign a buyout player in the 22-23 season? Like, did they bring anybody in midway through that year? Am I forgetting?
I don't
I don't.
think so. I know they
So
did 22-23 season. Man, I don't remember. I don't think so.
so that year, uh, it doesn't look like it. I don't think they brought anybody in midway. That was Muscala. They traded for Muscala and he
Oh,
came in.
yes.
So maybe he plays like the Muscala minutes because Muscala played a little bit in the regular season. He got some minutes in there. I do think this is a bigger position of need than that center position for the Celtics when the big man spot. But Muscala in his 20 games played 16 minutes a night for the Celtics, which is like a lot more than you might think he actually played. But then when the playoffs rolled around, he played 3.5 minutes a game. So he didn't actually play. So if I had to guess, I'd say that's where this is headed. I think we'll maybe see 10 minutes a night here or there for Torrey Craig. Maybe he'll play 20 if he has a good game, and then in the playoffs it'll end up being nothing. But I think that's fine. I think this video will probably be titled like "How does Torrey Craig fit on the Celtics?" That's kind of how I see him fit. I think he'll play backup wing minutes if Sam Hauser doesn't have it and they want more defense, or if they don't really feel like going to Jordan Walsh or Drew Peterson, they just want a veteran guy if they want to win the game. I think that's what Torrey Craig will be.
I do really like the idea of having multiple, like, I'm thinking about this as if I'm playing 2K, but like multiple builds that you can turn to come off the bench, multiple skill sets to turn to depending on what the situation calls for. Now you have that. You sort of have it with the guards right now because you have two quality defensive guards. Derek is probably the best of both worlds, and Peyton is an offensive firecracker to come off the bench. Now you have Hauser and Craig to give you spot minutes when Tatum and Brown need a break. And depending on what the game calls for, you now have somebody to play both sides. Hauser has not been the same defensively this year. And if that really bothers you, you really feel like it's hindering your ability to win basketball games, you now have somebody else that you can plug in there to give you that look, to maybe bring some energy. The Celtics have lacked energy at times this year. And if we see anything like that block that he had in Giannis, the one play that I'm citing, very big sample size there, that'll be a great energy boost for the Celtics. And he can still shoot the three pretty well. He's not a marksman like Hauser. He's not running around off the ball. But if you kick it out to him, he should be ready to shoot, unlike Springer was before he was traded.
Yeah, I like the signing. It makes a ton of sense. I think he should be able to fit in pretty nicely. Let us know what you guys think down below. Some more in-depth, I suppose, look at Torrey Craig. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. Leave a like, subscribe, and let Sam take it up.
Yeah, thank you very much for listening and watching. Make sure you subscribe, leave a like, comment, tell us what you think of Torrey Craig. We did do the video yesterday when the initial news broke, but this was, of course, a deeper dive. You can subscribe and hit the bell as well because we are here every single day with new content. Full pods drop Tuesday, Thursday, Sunday. Game recaps are up the morning after each game. And other videos like this one are on the channel to keep you up to date with all things Celtics. You can find us on Spotify and Apple too. All pods and recaps are up there. If you just want the audio versions, that's absolutely fine. Go ahead and hit the follow button. They'll go right to your feed. And leave us a 5-star review. We'd appreciate that very, very much. Helps us reach more people. You can email us, hbtcpod@gmail.com. We'll be reading those emails next time we do a podcast, which I do not think is going to be Saturday. It may be a mailbag on Sunday or something like that. hbtcpod@gmail.com. the address. The socials are at How About Them C's for Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. Facebook's just the name of the podcast. All streams are there. They're on YouTube. They're on Twitter. Jack's Twitter is Jack's1NBA. Mine at Sam LaFrance NBA. That's it for us. Bye.
Taco, come on.
Taco's having some fun here.